Hello, good morning students of class 10. I am H.N. Chaudhary from Mahatma Gandhi Shikshan Sansthan, and today I am going to start 5th chapter of your book, Footprints Without Feet. And the name of the lesson is also Footprints Without Feet. The name of the book is similar to the name of the chapter. So 5th chapter, Footprints Without Feet, written by H.G. Wells. First of all, I give you the summary outline of the story. After completing this summary, we will start the text. Let us start. The story begins with a chase of footprints of an invisible man. In the streets of London, once it so happened that two boys found some footprints on the mud, and as the footprints were appearing without a man, that's why they started chasing the footprints. The footprints were of a brilliant but lawless scientist. Lawless, the person who doesn't obey rules and regulations and laws, they are called lawless. So the footprints were of a brilliant but lawless scientist whose name was Griffin. His landlord didn't like him, and that's why ejected him outside the house. So he was walking in the street. Griffin discovered rare drugs as he was a scientist. That's why he invented a rare drug that swelling of such makes him invisible. That was the power of his drug. After that, he set fire to the house and fled away. And was walking in the streets of London. Then he faces cold weather and feels the need of clothes and food as he was hungry, as he had no cloth, because only after removing cloth he used to become invisible, just transparent sheet of glass but solid. He sleeps inside a big London store for warmth and food and clothes. As soon as the store was closed, he enjoyed a good meal and wore new clothes. He fitted himself with new clothes. Then he fell asleep on the pile of quilts and woke up late in the morning. And as the attendants of the shop had arrived, when they saw him, they chased him. And to escape from these attendants, once again he had to remove his cloth and once again became without cloth and invisible. Then he entered a theatrical company and he dressed up again and looted some money from its shopkeeper. After that, he left London, and in order to keep himself away from the crowded city, as he felt that it was not possible for him to live in this crowded city, he caught a train to Epping village and hired a room at the inn in that village. The money of the loot didn't last long, and he again had to rob a clergyman of his money. However, he made a clean escape from the clergyman's house. At the same time, the innkeepers and his wife visited his room and they found nobody inside. But the chairs and other things in the rooms became alive all of a sudden. First of all, the hat lying on the bedpost, leaped and dashed itself on the face of the landlord. Then the chair became animated and it threw the innkeeper and his wife out of the room, chased them away. They heard the room locked behind them. Mr. and Mrs. Hall, who were the owners, thought that it was a matter of witchcraft. Everybody suspected the scientist because till then the news of the clergyman had become known to them. The suspicion grew even stronger when he produced some ready cash, because he had accepted earlier that he had no cash. And in such way, the village constable was sent for. Mr. Hall, instead of waiting for the constable, went to the scientist, who came out of the locked, empty bedroom. The eccentric scientist lost his temper when he faced questions from Mrs. Hall. He threw off his bandage and spectacles and false nose. And when Jafar, the village constable, came, he found himself trying to find a person having no head. And after that, Griffin started removing all his clothes, and finally he threw a shirt in the air and became quite invisible. And the people who tried to help the constable had to face blows. Thus he again escaped from the scene unnoticed. This is the summary of the chapter. Thanking all of you. Have a nice day.